we will discuss about the resources and development first chapter in geography, class 10. Everything which satisfy our needs as food we take, water we drink, air we breathe, and human beings etc. are resources. But this definition is not enough, so everything available in our environment which is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable and can satisfy our needs is known as resources. As for example, human being, plants, animals, etc. Let us see what is technologically accessible. Technologically accessible refers to the technology needed to use the resource must be available to extract it and make proper use of it. As for example, mining, in which minerals are in the depth, our technology not capable to dig it, so it cannot be said a resource. Which we get by technology is resource. Economically feasible, we must have enough money to extract it and use it easily. As for example, we extract iron, the cost of extraction is more than the value of goods, then it is not economically feasible. After extraction of goods, we get profit, then it is economically feasible. Now, talking about culturally acceptable, it must be accepted by the people, must not hurt their sentiment culturally. As for example, if gold is found beneath a temple or a mosque, then people not accept to demolish the structure. We cannot obtain it, then that is not a resources for us. It is not culturally acceptable. So everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable can be termed as resources. Human beings are essential component of resources. They transform the material available in the environment into resource. Human beings interact with nature through technology and great institutions, industries, and to accelerate their economic development. Resources can be classified in the following ways. On the basis of origin, it is classified into biotic and abiotic resources. Biotic resources are obtained from biosphere and have life such as human being, forests, and wildlife. Livestock and other living things. Abiotic resources are composed of non-living things. For example, rocks and metals. There I have not used the word mineral because mineral also takes from fossil fuel we get from organism. On the basis of exhaustibility, renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources, the resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical, and mechanical process are known as renewable or replenishable resources. For example, wind and solar energy, water, forests, and wildlife, etc. The renewable resources may be divided into continuous or flow. Non-renewable resources, these resources take millions of years in their formation. Minerals and fossil fuels are example of such resources. The resources like metals are recyclable and fossil fuel cannot be recycled, and get exhausted with use. Now, classification of minerals, a classification of resources on the basis of ownership. Individual resources, community owned resources, national resources, and international resources. Let us talk about the individual resources. These are owned privately by individuals. For example, in villages, many farmers own land. In urban area, people own plot, house, and other property that are individual resources. Next is community owned resource. These resources are accessible to all members of community. For example, village, common grazing lands, burial grounds, village, pond, public parks, picnic spots, playgrounds, etc. National resources. Let us see what is national resources. Everything found in the country belongs to the nation. The country has legal power to acquire even private property for public goods. Mainly, anything found within the political boundary are called national resources. As for example, forest, wildlife, all the minerals and oceanic area up to 12 nautical mile, 22.2 km from the coast, termed as territorial water and resources there and belong to the nation. International resources, these resources are regulated by international institutions. The resources is beyond 200 nautical miles of exclusive economic zone belong to the open ocean, and no individual country can utilize these without the occurrence of the international institutions, United Nations. On the basis of a status of development, resources can be classified as potential resources, developed resources, stock, reserve. So let us see now the resources which are found in a region but have not been developed or utilized are known as potential resources. For example, Rajasthan and Gujarat have enormous potential for the development of wind and solar energy, but these have not been developed properly are known as potential resources. Resources which are surveyed and their quantity and quality have been determined for development with the help of available technology are known as developed resources. The materials in the environment which have potential to satisfy human need but cannot be utilized in absence of appropriate technology are known as stock. The stock for which technology is available but their use hath not been started, as these can be used for the future requirement as known as reserve. In the next video, we will learn about the development of resources. Thanks.